18-year-old girl leaves home on a summer night, promising to be back soon. But by morning, she never returns. What happened to Lauren Astley shocked an entire community and revealed a terrifying truth about love turned deadly. The bright future. Ahead on July 3rd, 2011, at around 7:00 p.m., 18-year-old Lauren Dunn Astley left her home in Wayland, Massachusetts. She told her parents she would be out for a while, promising she'd be back later that night. For Lauren, this was just another summer evening, but for her family, it would become the last time they ever saw her alive. Lauren had just graduated from Wayland High School in June 2011. She was smart, talented, and had big dreams. She sang in an a cappella group, played violin, and had her eyes set on studying fashion at Elon University in the fall. Friends described her as full of life, someone who could brighten any room with just her presence. But behind her smile, something darker lingered. Only weeks earlier, Lauren had broken off a 3-year relationship with her boyfriend, Nathaniel Fujita, a star athlete from the same school. To many, it seemed like a normal high school breakup, but Nathaniel wasn't handling it well. Friends noticed his mood swings, his anger, and his inability to let go. That night, when Lauren stepped out, she had no idea that her decision to move on had already sealed her fate. Within hours, a bright future filled with music, love, and ambition would be stolen in the most violent way imaginable. Lauren's story wasn't just about a young girl with dreams. It was about how quickly those dreams can turn into a chilling nightmare. The night she disappeared, on the evening of Sunday, July 3rd, 2011, Lauren Astley left her home in Wayland, Massachusetts. It was around 7:00 p.m. when she told her parents she'd be back later. But as midnight approached and Lauren still hadn't returned, worry began to creep in. By 1:00 a.m. on July 4th, her phone went silent. No texts, no calls. Friends began reaching out, expecting Lauren to be at a holiday gathering, but no one had seen her. Her car wasn't at home, and her parents' unease turned into fear. This wasn't like Lauren. She was responsible, always keeping in touch. At 8:00 a.m. on July 4th, her father, Malcolm, called the police to report her missing. Officers immediately recognized the urgency. An 18-year-old girl, last seen heading out to meet friends, suddenly vanishing on a holiday weekend. It was chilling. By midday, search efforts were underway. Lauren's car was soon discovered abandoned near a local marsh. Inside, there were no signs of her, no obvious clues about where she had gone. The empty car in the quiet town of Wayland felt like the beginning of a nightmare. As the hours passed, hope started to fade. Police and volunteers combed through the area, but Lauren had vanished without a trace. By that evening, whispers spread across the community. Something terrible had happened. July 4th was supposed to be a day of celebration. Instead, Wayland was consumed by fear. The question on everyone's mind was the same. Where was Lauren Astley? A shocking discovery. On the morning of July 4th, 2011, the search for Lauren Astley intensified. At 9 a.m., police and volunteers combed the back roads of Wayland, scanning the marshlands and wooded areas. Just hours earlier, her abandoned black 2001 Honda SUV had been found parked near a secluded spot. To investigators, it was a red flag. Lauren hadn't run away. Something sinister had happened. Then came the moment that shattered all hope. Around noon, searchers spotted something in a marshy area off Water Row. Floating in the shallow water was Lauren's body. She was still wearing the clothes from the night before. The horrifying truth was undeniable. Lauren hadn't simply disappeared. She had been murdered. The autopsy later revealed the brutality of the attack. Lauren had been strangled with a bungee cord and stabbed multiple times in the neck. The cheerful 18-year-old, who had just graduated high school, was gone in the most violent way imaginable. By 2 p.m., news spread quickly across Wayland. What was supposed to be a day filled with parades and fireworks turned into one of grief and terror. Neighbors locked their doors. Parents held their children close. The idea that such savagery could happen in their quiet suburban town was unthinkable. The truth uncovered. By the evening of July 4th, 2011, detectives already had a strong lead. Lauren's recent breakup with her longtime boyfriend, Nathaniel Fujita, was no secret. Friends told police about Nathaniel's frightening behavior, mood swings, bursts of anger, and his inability to accept that the relationship was over. Investigators began to suspect that Lauren's murder wasn't the work of a stranger, but someone much closer. On July 5th, at around 6 a.m., detectives arrived at the Fujita home. Nathaniel was there, but his demeanor was strange, detached, almost cold. Officers noticed cuts and scratches on his body, and his mother later admitted she had seen him acting erratically the night before. Evidence began stacking up quickly. Lauren's blood was discovered in Nathaniel's garage. A bungee cord matching the one used in the strangulation was found among his belongings. Neighbors reported seeing Lauren's car near his house on the night of July 3rd, shortly before she disappeared. When confronted, Nathaniel showed no emotion. He didn't deny seeing Lauren, but his story kept changing. For detectives, it was the final piece. They were convinced Nathaniel had lured her to his home, attacked her, and disposed of her body in the marsh. On July 5th, 2011, at 7:45 p.m., Nathaniel Fujita was arrested for the murder of Lauren Astley. The boy she had once loved, the boy she had trusted, was now accused of brutally ending her life. Justice and legacy. The trial of Nathaniel Fujita began in January 2013, a year and a half after Lauren's murder. In the courtroom, the chilling details were laid bare. Prosecutors revealed how Nathaniel had attacked Lauren, and on the night of July 3rd, 2011, strangling her with a bungee cord and stabbing her before dumping her body in the marsh. Nathaniel's defense argued he was suffering from mental illness at the time, claiming he wasn't fully in control of his actions. But the jury saw the evidence differently. The calculated way he lured Lauren, hid the body, and attempted to clean up the crime scene pointed to something deliberate, not temporary madness. On March 5th, 2013, at 2:30 p.m., the jury delivered their verdict, guilty of first-degree murder. Nathaniel Fujita was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For Lauren's parents, Malcolm and Mary, the verdict was a step toward justice, but it could never erase the pain of losing their only child. Out of that grief, however, came a mission. The Astleys began speaking across schools and communities about teen dating and breakup violence, warning others of the red flags that too often go ignored. Their daughter's story became a rallying cry for awareness and prevention. Lauren's voice may have been silenced, but her story continues to echo as a warning and as a legacy of love. If you found Lauren's story chilling and eye-opening, don't forget to like this video, share it to spread awareness, and subscribe for more true crime stories that reveal the darkest sides of human nature.